If you can do this, or even this video is for you. Hello everyone! Welcome to Sophisticated DIY. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to make a professionally finished silk scarf rolling the hem by hand. But this is not going to be just a scarf. This is Lacie Churchill, and this is the dress I made for her in one of my previous videos, and I promised that I will come back and style the dress. And I thought a silk scarf would be the perfect accessory. And let me tell you, even though this scarf is for a doll, you know me, I'm going to finish it using the same professional hand roll hem technique that I will use for a human garment. For the edge, I'm going to make the rolling hem by hand. And to be honest, this technique is better for a lightweight fabric. The one I'm using today is not that thin, but it will be okay. I'm gonna start by making a square. Something to consider is that having the hand to dry is not great to make that hem. So I'm gonna take a paper towel and damp it a little bit just to have it around for when my fingers get too dry. It's like the same as when you are counting money. Let's count money. Now I'm gonna choose the thread, and you want it to be the same color or the best possible match, as the stitches won't be too small. And you are going to need one big needle and one regular needle and probably a thimble. Because I'm making this scarf for a doll, I'm going to make a little experiment. Let's see if it works. Instead of making a square, I'm going to fold my square diagonally. I'm marking about 3/4 of an inch on each side. I'm gonna go out again. So I'm basically making a kind of diamond instead of a square, but with very skinny points. See? I'm doing this because I want these two ends to be narrower. That way, when I tie the scarf around my doll, I won't have so much fabric at the end. Now I'm going to thread my needle, and I always like to cut the thread first because it makes threading way easier. And the thimble, I do use it, but honestly I don't use it very much for this because having it on makes the rolling part a little bit more difficult. Okay, now let me show you how you are going to use your second needle. You are going to start your rolling by rolling the edge over your needle. See, like that. This will curve the edges, and after that you can remove the needle, and then your rolling will be so much easier. You see? Nice, huh? You're gonna start your work by inserting your needle through the rolling part. Well, you know, it would be a good idea to make a knot first. Okay, let's start again. You are gonna insert your needle through the rolling part, and then you are gonna go to the fabric, and then you're gonna pick a little bit of thread, and that's your stitch. Then you are gonna go back to the rolling part, insert the needle, and then you're gonna bring it out a little bit further, still in the rolling part. I'm gonna roll this edge a little bit more. You see how I'm rolling the edge? I'm holding the fabric between my thumb and the index finger, and then I'm going gently but taut, rolling the edge as I move my finger forward. See? I only roll a small section at the time. I'm gonna stitch now on my fabric, just a pinch. And then I'm go back to my roll, insert my needle, bring it out over the roll a little bit further, and then keep rolling, and then we are gonna do exactly the same all the time. I'm gonna give you a trick that you can do to make your life a little bit easier when you're rolling your hem. You can roll your edge and then pin it, and then roll your edge and pin it. That way you don't have to stop all the time for the rolling part. Remember that today I'm working on a very short scarf, but usually the scarves are way longer, right? Now we are going to the corner, and pretty much what we need to do is some kind of a miter corner. I'm gonna curve the edges so everything is a little bit easier with my needle. Well, I lost my needle, but it's okay. And then you are going to fold the corner. You know, a roll hem takes more material than you can imagine. It takes about 1 centimeter or 1.5 centimeters. So when you fold your corner, you have to take that into account. You see, probably I folded, but I folded as much as I needed for a normal scarf fabric. But because I'm using a thicker silk, probably my hem takes a little bit more, and I probably should have folded more. It will be okay anyway. So I finished my first corner, and now I'm gonna roll the second corner, and they should encounter pretty much like in a miter way. I roll it up, and then I'm gonna sew these two parts, and then I'm gonna keep rolling. Remember that from time to time you can damp your fingers a little bit so everything is easier, but don't have your fingers super wet because some scarf could get water stain, and this is not what you want neither. So as you can see, I roll pretty much almost everything, and now sewing is easy peasy. Now I'm gonna go and make my second corner, and this one is the difficult one because this is the one that I did that is very pointed, but I'm gonna try to go as I go. It's not the same as a square, right? But pretty much I'm doing exactly the same. It's just that I have to be a little bit more patient and rolling my two sides and sewing everything together. And now I'm gonna keep doing exactly the same. You see, that was easy, huh? Now let me tell you something. Look at that. Soon I'm gonna arrive to my corner, right? But as you can see, I don't have that much thread, but I don't need it to change it now, but I will, because I don't want that the thread finish while I'm in the middle of the corner, right? So to finish the thread, just I'm gonna do like a one stitch, and then I'm gonna insert the needle in between the loop, and then I'm gonna insert the needle again, bring it out, and then cut it. So all the excess of thread will remain inside of the rolling, and then I'm gonna prepare again my thread. I didn't tell you before, but usually when I thread my thread, I pull it so it doesn't entangle too much. I'm gonna insert my thread again on the rolling part, and now as you can see, I have enough thread. I can make my corner without having any inconvenience, and then I can just keep going around until I finish my scarf. I'm really looking forward to finish this scarf because I already have an idea for the complete look. I'm imagining that Lacie is going to a derby or maybe to a special horse race event. You know, the dress already has a very elegant and feminine feeling, and I think the scarf is going to give it a slightly vintage look, but she's going to need more accessories. So let me finish the scarf, and then we're gonna start putting the whole outfit together. The scarf is finally done. I really like how the rolling hem looks. It's so delicate, and it gives this tiny scarf so much professional look. I don't know, but for some reason I don't like to press down the rolling hem. I pretty much prefer to steam the scarf. Look at that. It looks amazing. I love it. But you know, I know I can get away with a small scarf, but making a bigger scarf maybe is not that easy. So I just want to show you that you can as well perfectly use the band roll technique to make your rolling hem by machine in a fraction of the time. As you can see, in this case, just in this case, because it's a doll, in the pointy part, I as well folded the corner before I sew the first part of my corner. I want to clarify that I sew first on the right side of the material, and now I'm gonna cut the excess of the fabric, and then I'm gonna fold it once and then twice, and then I'm gonna stitch it all along. When I finished, remove my band roll, and I have my little hem done. That was easy, huh? So I just fold the corner just in the tippy points, but in the others you don't really need to do it. You can do it, but you don't need to. And here you go. These are my corner, the tippy one and the square one. And I have my two scarves. I think the one by machine is very good, but we have to admit that by hand is by hand, right? And something else that I wanted to clarify is that depending on the thickness of your fabric, you will have smaller roll or a bigger roll. Thicker fabric will give you thicker roll, obviously. I want to add a little detail to my scarf, so I'm going to embroider one of the corners. I'm gonna use embroidery thread similar to the colors of my palette. For this, I'm gonna use my regular domestic sewing machine, which has some built-in decorative stitches. My idea is to give to the scarf a little bit of vintage look, and yes, also because I like to play, I think I'm gonna have a good time playing with the stitches of my machine. Why not? Now I'm gonna try a few different stitches just to see which one I like. They are all really pretty, but I feel like the needle, it's a little bit too large for this delicate silk. You see, it's kind of leaving some holes in the fabric, so I'm gonna just change it for a smaller needle, and I think it'll be better. I'm gonna start using those leaves, and I did it, but this is not quite right because the leaves aren't meeting up. So I'm going to undo it and try it again. I'm going to finish it with a few more stitches, and it's done. I'm gonna cut all the excess of thread and remove the stabilizer. And I decided to add a few beads as well. The beads are decorative, but I also want to give the scarf a little bit of weight so it will hang better. Remember, when you're working at a different scale, everything changes. Even if you don't see it, this tiny bit will make a difference. I'm almost ready to style Lacie Churchill, but of course she needs shoes, so I'm gonna print them. These ones are a little too big, but I can make it small. And there is a last tiny scarf that I wanted to show you how to make. I'm gonna cut a stripe of fabric, and it has to be biased. And then I'm gonna use a rat tail, and I'm gonna wrap it around the rat tail, and I'm gonna sew it. Look at that. I forgot to record, but I can make another one. Okay, so I'm gonna sew it around, and then I'm gonna cut the excess of seam allowance. And what I'm gonna do now is just to pull the rat tail. As you can see, that will help me turn this strap. So pretty much I'm making like a strap, right? Because this is silk, I cannot burn the edge, but if you are using like a polyester satin, you could burn it. I'm just gonna wrap it around the strap of my bag, and as you can see, it looks like a bag scarf, huh? Nice. I'm gonna finish my last accessories, and now I can style Lacie. The dress already had a beautiful floral print, but the accessories give it a completely different personality. I love how the blue of the scarf brings out the tiny blue flowers in the dress. She's looking really good. And look at her scarf. Look at the whole look. It's so cohesive and so nice. I made that dress using a free pattern on the VDC convention website, but the creator of this pattern is here on YouTube. It's Jude by Design. I think I'm gonna repeat that dress with the waist a little higher and mostly with Lacie Churchill proportions. Anyways, I think it's lovely. But for today, I think she's ready. And apparently, the derby is about to start. If you find this video useful or entertaining, please give us a like, give us a hype, and don't forget to subscribe, share, comment. Bye!